If African waters could talk, the Nile would probably clear its throat loudly and say, "Excuse me, everyone, seniority rules. I've been flowing the longest, so let's start with me." And honestly, who's going to argue? At over 6,600 kilometers, the Nile isn't just the world's longest river, it's history's most relentless narrator, the original gossip columnist of the ancient world. And unlike most gossip, its flow never dries up. Well, except when climate change tries to meddle. The Nile has always been more than just a body of water. It was Egypt's personal miracle worker. Every year it spilled over its banks, sprinkling fertile silt like some cosmic gardener. Thanks to that, Egypt wasn't just sand and sunburns, it became the breadbasket of the ancient world. Without the Nile, there would have been no pharaohs strutting around in gold, no pyramids poking the sky, and no hieroglyphs bragging about divine kingship. The river didn't just feed crops, it fed the imagination of humanity for millennia, but let's not act like Egypt had the Nile on exclusive contract. Far upstream, Nubia and Kush were also writing their names on the river's guest list. These kingdoms sometimes rivaled Egypt, and in their boldest moments, even ruled it. The Nile carried their soldiers, traders, and ideas downstream, proving it could be both a boundary and a bridge. Fast forward to the 19th century, when Europeans decided to show up with their maps, compasses, and that peculiar colonial talent for discovering things locals had known for centuries. Suddenly, the Nile wasn't just a river, it was a prize. Whoever claimed its source thought they could claim the lands it touched. The Great Nile expeditions were less about quenching thirst and more about inflating imperial egos. By the time the treaties were signed and borders redrawn, the river had been cartographed to exhaustion. And yet, through kingdoms, conquests, colonial ambitions, and independent struggles, the Nile just kept flowing, patient, dramatic, sometimes temperamental, always watching. Today, as modern nations wrangle over irrigation rights and dams, they are, in truth, debating with thousands of years of history. The Nile quietly smirks, reminding us that water is never just water. It is life, power, memory, and occasionally a political headache. So, as we begin our journey through Africa's silent witnesses, the Nile steps onto the stage first, head held high like a diva with perfect eyeliner. And next time, we'll be diving into European exploration of the Nile, because apparently no history of African waters is complete without someone showing up late and announcing, "We found it."